Greetings all, this is Ignis Leonis again, bringing you a match in my Matilda. This is the British Tree Matilda as opposed to the Premium Tank Matilda, which I also do have in my garage because I'm a huge fan of this tank. It is very well armored. It's on par with the KV-1, even though it is a medium tank. The gun is small but very, very fast in its rate of fire and very good penetration. So whatever it lacks in damage, it can make up for in penetration. It's actually fairly accurate as well. So you can get in some of those long shots and really kind of tear people up from a distance. It is very, very slow though. The best you will ever get out of this thing is about 25 kilometers per hour. And that's even going downhill. Once you pick a direction, you're pretty much stuck in that direction for the rest of the match. So it's interesting, these situations you may find yourself in when you only have one direction to go. That being said, here I'm showcasing that I can just barely see this guy's turret over some cover, and I'm still kind of pinging him, and rate of fire and accuracy, and get somebody on the run shortly thereafter. So this gun is very, very fun to use. Again, it's slow, so I see the scout over here. Nobody else seems to bother with them, so I'm going to go head to the flag as I know that's where he was going. So slowly turn this thing around and going to kind of pick up the pace here, as I do have to mind the limit of my file here. So he's at our flag, and then he comes off the flag and comes back to enjoy some more action. Kind of goes up on my left on the path and then takes out one of our guys. And then for some reason he comes back down. I'm not sure what he was thinking at this point, because I'm probably the last tank he wants to deal with right now with my armor and rate of fire. I can take him down fairly easily, and then he stops behind this rock. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking. All he had to do was poke his nose out on either side and I could get him. So this was kind of his last ditch effort, which really didn't work for him. So I'm going to just speed it up here a little bit. And right about here is where I finally get him. And if you've been paying attention to the rest of the round kind of going on around me, my team is not faring well. So here, luckily I tracked him, and then in the time it took him to try and repair it, I put a second round on him and got him. So it's me, a medium, and a tank destroyer. The medium is about to get it here in a moment. Or sorry, that's a heavy. It's a DW. Not sure I'd call it heavy, but it ends up being me and a tank destroyer left, versus ends up being, I think, 5 of them. And I'm going to pick up the pace here, because right about here, a lot of players might be nervous. I was not. That's one thing the Matilda gives you, is confidence. You can face incredible odds with this thing and walk away. I have done it many times. So here I'm just using the tank destroyer out there as kind of a point of information. He doesn't see anybody, so I know that flank is okay for the moment. So I'm going to chug back over here and get anybody that's coming in on the flag. I know they're going to be here any moment, and yep, we have our first customer. So I'm going to line up behind this rock and see who I can serve. And it is a T-40. Not the tank this guy wanted to see, because I'm going to bounce anything that he's got to give me. And just load him up with rounds, and then immediately switch over to the M1. He can hurt me, but he's only got time for one shot. And so that's 2 kills right up off the bat. I'll speed it up here. And then the next customer pops up here in a moment. There he is. And it is another tank destroyer. This guy, it was going to be a close one in my feeling, because he could hurt me, and it was taking me a while to kind of whittle him down, but I got him in the end, and it's just me, the tank destroyer, and a Stug 3 left now. My tank destroyer buddy's coming up behind me, so it's kind of thinking it's safe to move out. I don't know where that Stug 3 is, so we're just going to kick up the speed here, because I'm able to make a beeline all the way over to the flag without seeing them, which really kind of made me nervous. I was hoping he might be AFK. Wasn't the case. He was definitely well on his way towards giving me a heart attack a little bit, because I'm waiting here at the end. I just put my nose over into their flag area, and I have no idea where he is. And then he starts a base capture on our flag, which I thought that was great, because we had a head start, so we were going to win. And then he backs off, and I know he's coming back our way. I know he's going to make a beeline, come up the same way I did, so I try to get behind this rock and take up a position to best receive him. He's going to one-shot me pretty quick. If he does get around on me, so I was kind of nervous, but it was going to be close. And we get the capture, and I'm able to put one on him. So that was the round. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave some comments.